Two brothers, one offering, one moment of jealousy. That would change the world forever. Before there were nations, before there were kings, before there were wars, there was a field, a stone, and the first drop of human blood. The world was still young, the rivers ran clear, the earth was untouched and wild, the memory of Eden still lingered in the air like a fading dream. Far from the closed gates of the garden, Adam and Eve built a new life. They tilled the soil with blistered hands. They learned pain, they learned loss, and then they had sons. The firstborn was named Cain, strong, determined, a worker of the ground like his father. Cain learned to command the soil, to break it open, to force it to yield crops. He was serious, focused, intense. Then came his brother, Abel, gentle, observant, a keeper of sheep. Abel moved with quiet grace among his flock, guiding them beside streams, watching over them beneath wide open skies. Two brothers, two callings, two very different hearts. As seasons passed, both brothers grew into men. One day, they decided to bring offerings to God. The sun hung golden over the hills. The air was still. It was a sacred moment. Cain gathered the fruits of the ground, the harvest he had worked for, the crops he had labored over in sweat and dust. He placed them carefully upon the altar. Abel brought something different. From his flock, he chose the firstborn lamb, the best, the spotless one. He laid it gently on the altar, his heart full of reverence. Smoke rose from both offerings, curling toward heaven. But then, something happened. God looked with favor on Abel and his offering, and Cain saw it. The fire consumed Abel's sacrifice in acceptance. But Cain's offering did not receive the same response. Silence filled the field. Cain's jaw tightened, his chest burned. The wind seemed to whisper failure in his ears. Jealousy, small at first, began to grow inside him like a hidden flame. God spoke gently to Cain. "Why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it." It was a warning, a chance, a moment to master the darkness. But Cain didn't listen. The jealousy grew heavier, darker, louder. Every time he saw Abel's peaceful expression, it felt like a wound. Every time he remembered the accepted offering, it felt like humiliation. The enemy was not Abel, but Cain could not see that. As seasons passed, both brothers grew into men. One day, they decided to bring offerings to God. The sun hung golden over the hills. The air was still. It was a sacred moment. Cain gathered the fruits of the ground, the harvest he had worked for, the crops he had labored over. Jealousy, if left unchecked, becomes destruction. But when we master our hearts, we choose life over darkness.